Hello, dear friends. Dr. Harold Benson, men's health specialist, is here, and today we'll be discussing a topic that concerns many men over 40. You've probably heard this phrase, or even said it yourself. I eat almost the same as I did when I was 30, but my belly keeps growing. Let's be honest, most men notice their first significant changes at this age. A beer belly appears in the mirror, pants don't fit as well, and shirts start to feel tight across their stomachs. And the worst part is, weight increases even if their diet hasn't changed much. Some gain 3 to 4 kilograms in a year, while others gain 10 or more. But the most alarming thing isn't just the appearance. It's the fact that behind that belly lies a much more serious problem. I'll tell you a true story. A man, let's call him Michael, 46, came to me. He was a successful engineer, had a family, worked, and everything seemed fine. But there was one problem. Over the past 5 years, he had gained over 12 kilograms, and almost all of it was in his stomach. Michael complained of constant fatigue, drowsiness, and a loss of energy and motivation. He would get short of breath when climbing stairs, even though he had previously exercised and could run several miles without any problem. In conversation, he told me, "Doctor, I'm not eating more than I used to, sometimes even less. But my belly keeps growing. It feels like my body has a life of its own." And to some extent, he was right. After 40, a man's body really does begin to change. Metabolism slows, hormonal balance shifts, muscle mass is lost, and fat stubbornly settles around the belly. These aren't just extra inches on the waist. They're a signal from the body that your health is at risk. Why? It's visceral fat, the fat that accumulates around the internal organs, that poses the greatest danger. It literally puts pressure on the liver, pancreas, and intestines, disrupting heart and hormonal function. This fat doesn't just spoil your appearance. It releases substances that provoke inflammation in the body and increase the risk of diabetes, hypertension, heart attack, and erectile dysfunction. When I explained this to Michael, he was shocked. He thought the extra pounds on his belly were just a getting older thing that couldn't be helped. But the truth is, a 40-something belly isn't normal, but the result of a combination of factors: poor diet, declining testosterone levels, a sedentary lifestyle, and accumulated stress. Today I want to not only explain why men quickly gain belly fat after 40, but also show that it's reversible. Yes, you heard that right. You can lose belly fat, and you don't need strict diets or grueling workouts. You just need to understand how your body works and adapt your lifestyle accordingly. In this video, we will discuss: why do men over 40 store fat in their stomachs? Which hormones play a key role? What nutritional and lifestyle mistakes accelerate weight gain? And, most importantly, what simple steps will help you lose belly fat and regain your energy? I promise, there will be a lot of facts, we will debunk a few myths, and in the end, you will receive a specific step-by-step plan that you can implement tomorrow. Stay with me until the end, because your belly isn't just a matter of aesthetics, it's a matter of health, strength, and male confidence. Before looking for a solution, let's figure out why exactly after 40 years of age, men begin to grow a belly so quickly. As we age, our metabolism actually slows. This means that the calories we easily burned each day when we were 25 or 30 are now stored. Even if our diet hasn't changed, our body can't process the same amount of food. Scientists have calculated that after age 40, men's metabolism declines by approximately 5 to 10% every decade. It doesn't seem like much, but if you continue eating as before, it adds up to 3 to 4 kilograms per year. And over 5 years, that's a whole lifesaver belt. Muscle is the body's main calorie consumer. The more muscle you have, the more active your metabolism is. But starting around age 35-40, men lose up to 1% of their muscle mass annually. This is a natural process that accelerates with a sedentary lifestyle. And here's the paradox. You eat the same amount, but your muscles burn less energy, meaning the excess is stored as fat. And most often, this fat accumulates in the belly area. After age 40, testosterone levels begin to gradually decline. Testosterone is not only a hormone that promotes strength and libido, but also a key regulator of fat distribution. When its levels drop, the body more easily accumulates fat, especially visceral fat, the fat that surrounds the internal organs. Moreover, excess fat itself further reduces testosterone. It's a vicious cycle. Less testosterone means more fat means even less testosterone. When men talk about their belly, they usually think of the subcutaneous fat that can be felt. But far more dangerous is the fat that's located internally around the liver, heart, and intestines. This is visceral fat. It functions as a true endocrine organ, releasing substances that cause chronic inflammation, increase blood sugar levels, and trigger hypertension and atherosclerosis. Visceral fat is responsible for the higher risk of heart attack and stroke in men with a belly. Life rarely gets calmer after 40. Work, family responsibilities, loans, and caring for children or parents all increase stress levels. And stress is directly linked to belly fat gain. When cortisol levels rise, the body literally stores fat in the abdominal area because this is an evolutionary mechanism, an energy reserve for times of danger. Many men over 40 underestimate the importance of sleep. Some work late, others watch TV or spend time on their phones until 2 a.m. But chronic sleep deprivation is directly linked to weight gain. It reduces insulin sensitivity, increases cortisol levels, and stimulates hunger. Studies have shown that men who sleep less than 6 hours a night have twice the risk of obesity than those who sleep 7-8 hours. After 40, many men don't notice how alcohol begins to affect their weight. Beer, wine, and cocktails aren't just empty calories, they also stimulate fat deposition in the belly. It's no wonder we talk about a beer belly. I'd like to return to the story of my patient, Michael, whom I mentioned in the introduction. When he came to see me, his main complaint was a growing belly and fatigue. We ran some tests, and it turned out that his testosterone levels were below normal for his age. His blood sugar was slightly elevated, and his liver was overloaded with fatty deposits. Importantly, Michael didn't eat fast food every day or drink gallons of soda. His diet was quite ordinary. Toast and coffee for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, and meat and a side dish for dinner. But the portions were larger than necessary, and he moved very little. He spent almost the entire day at the computer and the evenings on the couch. We started with simple steps: removed sweet drinks and beer, reduced the portions of bread and pasta, added more protein and vegetables, introduced light strength training 2 to 3 times a week, and improved his sleep. He began to go to bed no later than 11 p.m. The result? In 6 months, Michael lost almost 9 kilograms, with his belly shrinking the most. His testosterone levels rose, his energy returned, and, as he himself admitted, his relationship with his wife improved. There are several myths about how to lose belly fat that need to be dispelled. Myth number 1, you need to go on a strict diet. No. Severe dietary restrictions only slow down your metabolism. For men over 40, it's important not to starve yourself, but to change the quality of your diet. Myth number 2, to lose belly fat, you need to do abdominal exercises. Absolutely wrong. Abs are muscle. But fat is burned not locally but throughout the body. Strength training and proper nutrition are more effective than any crunches. Myth number 3, it's all about beer. Beer does play a role, but it's not the only cause of belly fat. Even without alcohol, poor diet, stress, and a sedentary lifestyle can lead to the same results. What really helps to get rid of belly fat? Strength training. Maintaining muscle mass is the key to boosting your metabolism. Protein in your diet, meat, fish, eggs, and legumes, help maintain muscle mass and keep you feeling fuller longer. Control your carbohydrate intake. Choose whole grains, fruits, and vegetables over white bread and sweets. Sleep at least 7 hours. Without adequate sleep, no weight loss plan will be effective. Stress reduction, yoga, breathing exercises, and walking are not women's things, but a real way to lower cortisol levels. Minimize alcohol. It's best to completely eliminate beer and spirits with a glass of dry wine a couple of times a week. When a man looks in the mirror after 40, he often sees more than just a belly. He sees a reflection of his lifestyle, all the missed workouts, sleepless nights, endless snacks on the run, and beer-fueled evenings after work. And many feel it's too late, that their metabolism has broken, their hormones have gone, and it's impossible to get their body back. But I want to say that's not true. a man's body after 40 is still capable of enormous changes. You just have to play by different rules now. Young men can indulge in chaos, lack of sleep, eat whatever they want, and still stay in shape. After 40, that doesn't work. It's not strength that wins here, but awareness. You must understand that every action, every choice, either brings you closer to health or further away. Belly fat isn't just a cosmetic issue. It's the body's signal of an internal imbalance. If ignored, it can lead to diabetes, hypertension, and atherosclerosis. But if you start changing your habits, your body responds very quickly. Your brain becomes clearer. Your sleep becomes deeper. Your mood stabilizes. Your energy returns. And you feel like a man again, not a weary old man. The biggest mistake men make is trying to change everything at once. They go on a diet, start running every day, and give up sugar completely. But after a week, they give up. The path to health is not a marathon, but a lifestyle. Start small, 10 to 15 minutes of walking per day. Remove sugar from coffee. Do not eat after 8 p.m. Go to bed an hour earlier. Add protein to breakfast. These little things seem insignificant, but they make all the difference. In a month, you'll see your stomach softer, your sleep more sound, and your energy more stable. In 6 months, you'll hardly recognize yourself. When a man loses his shape, he often loses confidence. He begins to avoid mirrors, photographs, and intimacy. And it's not just about appearance. It's about a sense of self-empowerment. But once you start moving, everything changes. Physical activity increases testosterone. Strength training activates growth receptors. Sleep and proper nutrition restore hormonal balance. You're not just losing weight, you're taking back control. Control over your body, your energy, your life. As a doctor, I've seen hundreds of men come in with the same problem. A growing belly. But each one had their own story. One gained weight because of stress, another because he stopped moving, a third because he ate on the run and slept only 4 hours. And the solution is different for everyone. Some need to improve their sleep. Others need to rethink their diet. Others just need to get outside and walk the first 2 kilometers. The main thing is to start, not tomorrow, not Monday, but today. You can do a little, but constantly. And that's always better than a lot, but only once. Let your workouts be short, but regular. Let your nutrition not be perfect, but conscious. The secret is that a man's body still responds gratefully to care after 40. Even 10–15% changes produce visible results. And here's what I've noticed. As soon as a man sees the first improvements, his belly is smaller, his back is straighter, his mood is better, he no longer wants to go back to the old way. After 40, many people have families, children, friends, and colleagues, and you're a role model for them. If you take care of yourself, have energy, and are in shape, it inspires others. You become a person people want to emulate, and then self-care ceases to be selfishness. It becomes responsibility for your future, for your loved ones, for your quality of life. The world is full of promises. Lose weight in 7 days. Get your belly fat off in a week. Magic pills for men over 40. Don't believe them. No diet or supplement can replace conscious habits. The real miracle is not the lost 10 kilograms, but the returned energy, clear mind, sound sleep, and the desire to live. A man's body doesn't break down after 40. It's just waiting for you to take the wheel again. You don't age, you transform. And every day can be a step toward a new version of yourself. Strong, energetic, confident. It doesn't matter where you start with a walk, giving up beer, going to bed early, or doing a few push-ups. The main thing is to start. I'm Dr. Benson, and if you think it's too late after 40, you're wrong. Your body is still ready to change. It's just waiting for you to give it a chance. Subscribe to the channel, and together, let's reclaim the strength, energy, and confidence that make a man a man.